Make America Smart Again. Episode 8. Machiavelli's The Prince. 500 years old and still screwing us. Politicians are ruthless, selfish, and would sell their own mother for a buck. Sound harsh? Machiavelli thought so too, 500 years ago. In his book, The Prince, he basically wrote the original playbook for power-hungry leaders. And trust me, it's even more on point now than it was back then. So buckle up, because we're about to take a no-nonsense dive into the dark side of human nature, Machiavelli style. Machiavelli, Renaissance diplomat, political genius, or maybe just the guy who finally said the quiet part out loud. In 1513, he dropped The Prince, a book so scandalous, the Catholic Church banned it faster than they take out the alms basket at Mass. He stepped on so many powerful toes that his name became an insult. Machiavellian. Try putting that on your resume and see how many callbacks you get. So, what's in this infamous book? Just a few little tips the powerful have been following for centuries. It could pass for a tutorial for aspiring dictators, but let's be real. These aren't skills you pick up at a weekend seminar. They're more like factory defects coming out the assembly line. And what are those features? Well, Machiavelli says, number 1, it's better to be feared than loved. And wow, is that on display? Just look at all those billionaires, law firms, Fox News commentators, and especially cabinet members tripping over themselves to flatter the dear leader. You can practically see them losing sleep, brainstorming the next level ass-kissing technique. Meritocracy at its finest, right? If only sucking up was a category at the Oscars, they'd be taking home the Spineless Actor Award every time.
President, your first 100 days has far exceeded that of any other presidency in this country. Ever. Never seen anything like it. Thank you.
In our Constitution, judges and the judiciary is a co-equal branch of government.
Number 2, the ends justify the means. What a convenient little loophole for justifying, well, just about anything, including, breaking the law?
Thursday, the court will hear oral arguments on a series of nationwide injunctions preventing the Trump administration from enforcing an executive order ending birthright citizenship.
Suddenly, all those broken promises, shady deals, outright lies, and blatant violations of the Constitution are totally cool. Because, hey, we'll all benefit in the end. You just don't have the intellect level to see it yet. Total BS. In the end, they'll rip us off, leave us holding the bag, and then tell us it's our fault for being too stupid to see it coming.
Are you seriously considering a third term, Mr. President, even though it's prohibited by the Constitution? Or
luck, fortuna matters, but skill, virtu, matters more. Great leaders shape their own destiny, or at least that's what they tell themselves.
when does it become the Trump economy?
It partially is right now. And I really mean this. I think the good parts are the Trump economy and the bad parts are the Biden economy, because he's done a terrible job. He did a terrible job on everything.
That's why they're always first in line to steal credit for other people's wins and pin every disaster on their enemies, especially the ones they caused themselves. Because, you know, it's never their fault. And a leader who doesn't take responsibility for his actions, both successes and failures, is just plain irresponsible.
When you say they could have $3 instead of $30, are you saying Americans could see empty store shelves?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they don't need to have $30. They can have 3. They don't need to have 250 pencils. They can have 5.
How about another presidential plane? Do you really need it? So everybody has to sacrifice, but you get a $400 million plane. Awesome. So, Machiavelli's playbook is alive and well. Modern leaders pop that poison pill like it's a daily vitamin. They'll trample anyone's rights to please the dear leader, and let's be honest, some of them downright enjoy it. Their self-interest towers over any sense of morals or decency, and sadly, the fear they inspire is still bigger than the disgust they deserve.
Miller, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Jordan Conrad.
I have a conference call that I need to run to, but since you all are graciously gathered here, I'll take a few questions. And I think you also just had like an hour with Caroline, so I don't want to step on that too much either. Hold on, there's a question.
This Machiavellian traits are embedded in their DNA, but they should not get a free pass. Or should we pardon serial killers just because they're sick? Hell no. These traits are destructive. Why tolerate them just because we're scared or lazy? The least we can do is call them out, if not for ourselves, then for our kids. So, next time you spot a leader flexing their Machiavellian muscles, lying, scheming, or ruling by fear, don't just roll your eyes. Call it out on social media. Tag your friends. Share the receipts. Remind them that ruthless isn't a virtue. It's a damn disease. And if you don't treat it, it spreads like a pandemic. All it takes for the worst people to take control is for the rest of us to do nothing. So please, for the love of all that is dear to you, join us, participate, comment, share. These people aren't smarter than you. They're just more motivated by their greed and cruelty. And, frankly, it's not fair that we all have to suffer because of their disease.